Good evening and welcome to the Coon Rapids City Council meeting for January 2nd, 2018. I guess I better do the gavel. If you would please rise and join us for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Griscoviac.
Here.
Councilmember Kicker.
Here.
Councilmember Demmer.
Here.
Councilmember Geisler.
Here.
Councilmember Johnson. Councilmember Wells.
Here.
Mayor Cook.
Here.
One absent, Johnson.
Thank you. First item on our agenda is to adopt this evening's agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Geisler, second by Wells. Any discussion or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the agenda is adopted. First item on our agenda then is to designate the council secretary. In 1994, the council entered into an agreement with Time Saver Off-Site Secretarial Incorporated for recording and preparation of meeting minutes, and this agreement has been extended annually. Let's see, the only thing we're changing this year, the addendum does reflect a rate increase of about 2.5%. This will result in a small increase for secretarial services, but the increase can be accommodated in the improved budget. Staff will continue with the modified format of the minutes and only include discussion and not staff reports, which will minimize the cost of per minute production, I guess that would be. So if there's questions? Motion? Councilmember Kicker.
I make a motion that we adopt Resolution 18-1 designating Time Saver Off-Site Secretarial, Inc. as Council Secretary for 2018 and that we approve the addendum to recording secretary service agreement.
Second.
Motion by Kicker, second by Demmer. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion is adopted. Item 2 is the council rules of procedure, which were actually included here to read through. The city manager is authorized to prepare a list of consent agenda items, but the mayor or any council member may request that a particular consent agenda item be removed from the consent list and placed on the regular agenda. This action should be taken at the time the agenda is formally adopted, and the item will then be placed for consideration immediately after adoption of the remaining consent agenda items. As always, should the council have any questions regarding items posted on the final agenda, contact staff and we will provide additional information before or during the council meeting. And there's a list of points if anybody wants to actually see what the rules are. They can look at this evening's meeting notes.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Geisler.
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 18-2 establishing council rules of procedure and adopting the addendum to Resolution 18-2, the definitions and explanations of City Council order of business.
Second.
Motion by Geisler, second by Wells. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. Item 3, designation of the official newspaper. The Anoka County Union Herald has submitted a proposal to serve as the city's legal newspaper for 2018. Their publication rates will remain the same as in 2017. The Herald meets all requirements for serving as the legal newspaper.
Your Honor,
Councilmember Demmer.
move to adopt Resolution 18-3 designating the Anoka County Union Herald as the official newspaper for 2018.
Second.
Motion by Demmer, second by Kicker. Discussion. Will there be some point where it will lose its relevance and we will want to go to an internet posting or something? I don't think we would do it this year, but...
Are you just seeing if Peter's paying attention?
Council, I did verify their publication and their subscription rates, so they still meet the requirement by plenty, so we're okay.
Okay, well, that's good.
And they are online, too.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're at the Walgreens every Friday for $1. I grab it there. I keep forgetting to resubscribe.
It just comes in my mailbox. It's very handy.
Well, but later on Friday, by then I'm all done with it.
But I get my weekly or daily email updates, so you can actually read them online
There
as you go.
Yeah, I'll have to do that again. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion is adopted. Item 4 are the board and commission appointments. We have a list of term status for city boards and commissions with recommendations for reappointments. Per city code, council is also responsible for designating chairs for each commission. So current chairs have been listed, the resolutions have been drafted based on that data, but should council wish to make any changes to chair selections, the resolutions can be updated accordingly. We're looking at, for the Arts Commission, which still has 6 vacancies, Mary Ann Keene will reappoint, and she will be chair. John Coon will be reappointing. Board of Adjustment and Appeals, Erin Vondelinde will be the chair. Tracy Wigan is a reappointment. Charter Commission, appointments occur in March. Civil Service Commission, L. Hofstad, chair. Bob Thistle, reappointment. Historical Commission, Boo Mills, reappoint and chair. James Marsale, reappoint, and Scott Sleeper, appoint. Parks and Recreation Commission, Tim Artson, chair. Planning Commission, Wayne Schwartz, chair. Mary Schmalke, reappoint. Kathy Casey, reappoint. Zachary Stevenson, reappoint. Safety Commission, L. Hofstad, chair. Wayne Baumgart, reappoint. Maurice McKee, reappoint. And Sustainability Commission, Stacy Demmer, chair. Chris Backus, reappoint. Marcia Bodino, reappoint. Yeah.
Your Honor,
Councilmember Demmer?
can we do them all at once?
Yes.
All right. Move to adopt Resolution 18-4, approving annual appointments to the Arts Commission. Adopt Resolution 18-5, approving annual appointments to the Board of Adjustment and Appeals. Adopt Resolution 18-6, approving annual appointments to the Police and Firefighter Civil Service Commission. Move to adopt 18-9, approving annual appointments to the Historical Commission. Move to adopt Resolution 18-10, approving annual appointments to the Parks Commission. Adopt Resolution 18-11, approving annual appointments to the Planning Commission. Adopt Resolution 18-12, approving annual appointments to the Safety Commission. And adopt Resolution 18-13, approving annual appointments to the Sustainability Commission.
Second.
Motion by Demmer, second by, I think Geisler beat you. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries.
And just a thank you to all the people who are on commissions.
My gosh, those things really make us tick. Great service. Item 5 are the council appointments. Each year, the council makes appointments to certain organizations, and we are being asked to make the 2018 appointments at this time. So I've got the list, but I'm assuming that somebody, how do you want us to do this? We don't have any names listed.
They're all in there.
They're all within the resolution.
Correct,
So if
yeah.
we just make a motion on the resolutions, then we're golden, right?
Correct.
All right. So we're going to be looking at appointments, well, actually, I'll just wait for the resolutions because they're all going to be listed, what we're going to be making appointments on, correct? All right.
Mayor,
Councilmember Griscoviac?
I'll make a resolution on the following, or adopt a resolution of the following. 18.14, appointing chief of police and one other voting member to the Anoka County Joint Law Enforcement Council. 18.15, appointing a delegate and alternate to the Anoka Hennepin District 11 Community Education Advisory Council. 18.6, appointing a representative and alternate to the Local Government Information System. 18.17, appointing representatives to the Minnesota Metro North Tourism. 18.18, appointing representatives to the Schwann Super Rink Joint Board. 18.19, appointing a representative to the Anoka County Fire Protection Council. 18.20, appointing 3 members to the Coon Rapids Fire Relief Association. And 18.21, appointing 2 representatives to the North Metro Mayors Association.
Second.
Motion by Griscoviac, second by Kicker. Discussion?
Do we want to note who the appointments are for the record? I think it's in the attachment.
We could. So we're looking at,
Well, that makes sense.
do you have a list?
I think it's the same as 27.
It is, yeah,
Seems 2017?
yep.
All right. Anoka County Joint Law Enforcement, Councilmember Steve Wells, Chief Brad Wise, Councilmember Brad Johnson, alternate. Anoka Hennepin Community Education Advisory Council, Councilmember Wade Demmer and Councilmember Brad Griskoviak, alternate. Local Government Information Services, City Manager Matt Stemwedel and IT Manager Dave Sack, and Councilmember Jennifer Geisler, alternates. Minnesota Metro North Tourism, TC Gateway, Mayor Jerry Cook, City Manager Matt Stemwedel. Schwann's Super Rink Joint Board, Councilmember Steve Wells, Public Works Director Tim Himmer, and Councilmember Bill Kicker, alternate. Anoka County Fire Protection Council, Councilmember Brad Johnson, Councilmember Steve Wells, alternate. Coon Rapids Fire Relief Association, Councilmember Jenny Geisler, Fire Chief John Piper, and Manager of Accounting Fran Hansen. North Metro Mayors Association, Mayor Jerry Cook, City Manager Matt Stemwedel. Okay, we have a motion, and we have a second. We had a second, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And those appointments are made. And item 6 on this evening's agenda are to approve the minutes of the December 19th, 2017 meeting.
Your Honor,
Councilmember Kicker?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the December 19th, 2017 meeting.
Second.
Motion by Kicker, second by Demmer. Any discussion or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And those minutes are approved. And on to item 7, consider resolution under new business, Resolution 18-8, amending the 2018 budget for the Victim Service Grant for Minnesota Department of Public Safety, Office of Justice. Somebody want to, we've covered it before, but for this meeting, maybe somebody wants to hit the highlights?
Maybe I'll just explain it quick, like Mayor and Council. Before we authorized accepting the grant for the victim services person, but we did that after we had prepared the 2018 budget. So this is just amending the 18 budget to reflect the additional expenditures that we're going to make and the revenue that we're going to get in. So that's all that this is doing.
Thank you. Council? Councilmember Demmer?
Move to adopt Resolution 18-8 to amend the 2018 budget for the Victim Service Grant from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety and Office of Justice Programs.
Second.
Motion by Demmer, second by Geisler. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. Next item, another from our Finance Director, Ms. Legg, to approve the 2018 Workman's Compensation Coverage. Any highlights you want to hit on that?
I guess, Mayor and Council, the only thing I will point out for 2018's coverage is that we have kind of turned the corner on the experience mod factor, which is a really good thing. So that's based on our last 3 years of losses, and we've had a significant drop in that factor, which saves the city a lot of money. So we've had a few years where we had some bad experience, but now we've had 2 years with some good experience. So this will help us for next year again. So that's saving us some money. And then what we do when we pick this, or when I'm recommending it, I should say, is we pick a retro plan option that we've been doing for many years. And basically what that does is we are paying a deposit, a smaller deposit, and then to that deposit, and I guess it's a base premium, to that our claims are added. So there's a minimum that we have to pay, which is that base amount, and then it's maxed at a higher amount. So by doing this, we risk saving pretty significant money, but we also could incur additional money than going just the normal method. But through the years, it's kind of been up and down. We're still ahead. I've kind of attached that in here. I guess I keep thinking that we're going to have some good experience years. You put a lot of effort into workers' comp injury prevention. So hopefully this is going to pay off in the future. So right now we're ahead pretty significantly for all the years, but that can change fairly dramatically if we have a bad year. But let's hope that we have some good years. So,
And even if we do have a bad year, we're still going to be ahead of this game by using this strategy. I mean, this particular year, we might, that particular year, if it goes bad, it might cost us more. But we're way ahead of the game because we've been doing this for a long time.
I don't want to say that we're way ahead of the game.
We're ahead of it.
Well, I just want to preface that. Last year, we were actually behind.
Oh.
But because we've had a couple of really good years, now we're substantially ahead of the game again.
Okay.
But things can change, these things are so expensive that if you had bad experience, it can swing pretty dramatically. But we are capped, and we do have a fund that we pay these losses out of. So we have our self-insurance fund this is what we are sort of doing here is being semi-self-insured.
Sure. I can see why you would call me on way ahead of the game when you wanted to use substantially ahead of the game.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean I meant that we're ahead this year, but last year we were behind. So I just am trying to make sure that you realize that it can change. So
Just giving you a hard time.
Sorry, I know.
Thank you, Ms. Lakes.
Hard time.
All right. Anybody has any questions, or we want to make a motion? Or
Your Honor?
Councilmember Kicker?
I make a motion that we recommend option 3 of the retro-rated plans with the League of Minnesota Cities Insurance Trust be approved.
Second.
Motion by Kicker, second by Geisler. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. And number 9, and the last item on our agenda is to consider Resolution 18-7, designating depositories and investment collateral management procedures. So state statutes allow the city council to authorize the treasurer or chief financial officer to designate depositories for city funds and to manage the collateral for those funds. The attached resolution designates Wells Fargo Bank, Minnesota, N.A. as the official depository and authorizes the manager of accounting or finance director to designate additional depositories for investment purposes, approve wire transfer agreements with the depositories, and manage the collateral as prescribed by state statute. Anybody want to cover anything there, or we're good? All right.
Your Honor.
Councilmember Demmer.
Move to adopt Resolution 18-7, designating depositories and investment collateral management procedures.
Second.
Motion by Demmer, second by Wells. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. And we are on to open mic. Mr. Holland, are you here for open mic this evening? No? All right, well then I guess we can move past open mic because you're the only one here. Thanks for coming. We don't have any reports on previous open mics, and we are on to other business. Councilmember Demmer.
So Happy New Year, everybody. I always like to look back at stuff that happened over the last year, and I looked it up, and last year the citizens of Coon Rapids contributed 107 patents to the United States Patent Office. So congratulations to the inventors of Coon Rapids.
Were you affiliated with any of those?
Yeah.
One or two.
That's how I know how to find the link.
Nice. Well, then congratulations to you, too.
Oh, thank you.
Any other business? Wow, Mr. Stemwedel.
Mayor Council, I'll just mention that the winter concert series is about to kick off. It starts on January 11th, so next Thursday with Sherwin Linton. It goes from 7 to 8:30, and then I think those are following up on February 8th, March 8th, and then finally on April 12th. So if you're interested in tickets, just call City Hall and we'll connect you to the right people.
All right. Sherwin Linton, it's a good show, and he's a Coon Rapids guy. I love that. He moved here from South Dakota like 50 years ago or something. So even though they have shrines to him there, he calls us home, so nice. Any other business? Wow. Quiet. All right. Anybody want to leave?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Geisler, second by, we'll just call Demmer. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. We're adjourned.
Yep, yep.